Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Jam-packed show again today. Just all kinds of incredible stories to get to. Some of them you might actually like. Yeah. Top scientist, one of the top scientists and a CNN analyst admitting something amazing. So maybe we start there. Maybe we start with some good news.
Okay, I like it.
A guy who actually speaks the truth on CNN. How did this happen? I don't know. Here's what he had to say about masks.
You know today that many of the face cloth coverings that people wear are not very effective in reducing any of the virus movement in or out. Either you're breathing out or you're breathing in.
Wait, what?
And in fact, if you're in the upper Midwest right now, anybody who's wearing their face cloth covering can tell you they can smell all the smoke that we're still getting.
Oh.
We need to talk about better masking. We need to talk about N95 respirators, which would do a lot for both people who are not yet vaccinated or not previously infected, protecting them, as well as keeping others who might become infected, having been vaccinated, from breathing out the virus.
Oh, okay, from breathing out the virus. So, great. The ones everybody wears, how often do you see anybody with an N95 mask on? Almost never. It's always those surgical masks, those little cloth things, and they don't do any good. Yeah, this is the ones that smell like feet. Why do they smell like feet? Thinking back to a time when we saw how they're made.
It's just in our head. What are you talking about?
Sure, that has nothing to do with it.
Oh, no, it's because they're literally on feet. Good night.
It's only because the masks all of us wear are made here, and they drop on the floor, and then the people with no shoes on, the dirty feet, kind of walk all over them.
Think about
I wouldn't worry about it.
How so many are terrified of germs or the virus and all this stuff, and
then you're putting that on your face every day.
And you gotta have this video on your phone to show people. It's the best. And then they go, "Oh no, honey, no." Yeah. But
that's nasty.
He also said that that both vaccinated and unvaccinated need to wear masks too.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, that viral load in the vaccinated is looking to be a bit higher. So
apparently it gets stuck in your nose or something, and you got a lot of virus in your nose. So I don't know what to tell you about that. If you've been vaccinated, just don't breathe.
Yeah.
Around people, anyway. If you're around anybody else, don't breathe.
How about this? If you're vaccinated, wear a mask. If not for your health, for mine. Because I don't need that high viral load coming at me, okay?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's nasty to think of, just like the feet. It's like the feet and the mask. But this is what they actually said from the beginning. Those surgical masks don't do anything. Here's a guy who, a year and a half later, finally admits what we knew a year and a half ago. Those stupid masks that we all wear aren't helping. They don't do anything.
That's right. That's what Fauci said.
Yeah, from the start.
Yeah, remember we had that montage yesterday. I don't know if you want to retread that one, but I mean, he has been on every side of the position with masks.
Yeah, he's been on so many sides. He's been on more sides than there actually are.
People should not be walking around with masks. Oh, no. Let me just state for the record that masks are not theater. Wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and masks are protective. But it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is.
Mark, there has not been any indication that putting a mask on and wearing a mask for a considerable period of time has any deleterious effects.
There are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face.
And can you get some schmutz sort of staying inside there?
You do not need to wear a mask indoors if, in fact, you've been vaccinated.
Oh,
good that you're vaccinated, but in a situation where you have people indoors, particularly crowded, you should wear a mask.
You just said in the same interview, don't.
You are vaccinated. You should wear a mask.
Same interview.
If, in fact, you are vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Oh my gosh. You are protected. And you do not need to wear a mask outdoors or indoors.
Oh.
When the children go out into the community, you want them to continue to wear masks.
You know, if you look at children outside, particularly when they're with the family,
outside,
walking down the street, playing a game or what have you, don't have to wear a mask.
They don't.
The Academy of Pediatric actually makes that recommendation that children should be wearing masks.
They don't, but then now they do.
And you're asking now if your child is a member of your household, can you walk outdoors with your child without a mask? According to that chart, the answer is yes.
Not to beat it to death.
Okay.
Yes. No, go ahead. Beat it to death.
Now the CDC says, I mean, I think I've got this right. One mask is better than zero masks. 2 masks is better than 1 mask. But you don't have to have double masks. Is that right? I mean,
it became clear that cloth coverings
Samantha Guthrie,
that you didn't have to buy in a store, that you could make yourself, were adequate. And then you wanted to fit better. So one of the ways you could do it, if you would like to, is put a cloth mask over. And here, where you could get leakage in.
Sure, I don't want any leakage.
Are you a double masker, Dr. Fauci? It looks like you are.
He's a zero masker.
So 1 mask is better than none. 2 masks is better than 1. So like 35 masks are better than 34? Is that right?
I mean,
I could just have a freaking face full of masks for like a foot in front of me.
Yeah, do that. Like you should do that
that's
because
exactly what I'm going to do.
The variant.
I'm going to do it because I'm scared.
You know.
Yeah.
So this is the same guy who at the very beginning was honest and said, "Look, they're not going to do anything. You know, whatever." And now it's a little bit different tune that he's singing. This guy, I tell you, he should not be the infectious disease expert of the nation when he doesn't even understand the science of masks.
It's time for him to retire. And he's earned it. You know, he's been a public servant for 40 years? Retire.
What a track
home.
record, too.
Yeah, incredible.
I mean, the company's proud of him. All the stuff he was able to do.
Sure. Yep. And we just can't get enough of him. Happy to see him wherever he shows up.
Yeah.
He was interviewed on ABC this week and had some more interesting things to say. And the way he said them is kind of interesting as well.
Yeah.
We're almost out of time, but I want to ask you about the reaction we've seen from prominent Republican governors. We've seen Florida Republican Governor DeSantis, Republican Governor Abbott of Texas, Governor Ducey in Arizona push back strongly against the notion of mask requirements. Let me read you a quote
from
Governor Ducey in Arizona. He said, Arizona does not allow mask mandates, vaccine passports, or discrimination in schools based on who is or isn't vaccinated. They are arguing that this is individual responsibility and an individual's right to decide. What is your answer
preposterous.
to
That's
preposterous? These are Republican governors in some of the largest states in our country.
Well, John, I disagree with them. I respectfully disagree with them. The fact is, there are things that are individual responsibilities that one has, and there are things that have to do with you individually, which also impact others. And get the spread of infection that we're seeing now, the surge in cases, John, is impacting everyone in the country. So although you want to respect a person's individual right, when you're dealing with a public health situation, and we are, in fact, in a very serious public health challenge here with a pandemic, with a virus that has an extraordinary capability of spreading rapidly and efficiently from person to person. So a person's individual decision to not wear a mask not only impacts them, because if they get infected, even though they say it's my decision, if I get infected, I'll worry about that. But the fact is, if you get infected, even if you are without symptoms, you very well may infect another person who may be vulnerable, who may get seriously ill.
Right.
So in essence, you are encroaching on their individual rights because you're making them vulnerable. So you could argue that situation both ways.
Bro, stop it.
Also, his accent is...
Right? Notice that?
Yeah.
A lot of people noticing that.
Other than the word others, everything else sounded just non-accented, right?
I don't know what he's trying to do. Is he trying to speak to the Southern governors that he is addressing there?
I don't know.
I want to hear Fauci drop a y'all in there somewhere. But this is the same argument with the seatbelt thing, man. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Because if I'm not wearing a seatbelt, I could become a human missile.
Love that.
That shoots through my windshield.
Yeah.
Right through your windshield. Right into your skull.
Exactly. And we don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
And
we don't need any more human missiles being launched into other people's cars.
Well, I was going to say that I would feel bad if I did that to you.
You'd probably be dead.
I probably wouldn't even know that I did it.
Right.
So, not my problem.
Wouldn't. Right.
Figure it out, y'all.
Well, they have. That's why you must wear a seatbelt. Okay? Because that just can't happen. Wow.
It's on, man.
It is. It really is. It's getting worse every day. I mean, this is the beginning of really ratcheting this thing up into high gear.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I would say that if you have an employer that is requiring you wear masks, I don't know the long-term effects on your lungs. The vaccine, we certainly don't know the long-term effects of that. But you better be documenting all the communications from your employer and your human resource department management. You need to print this stuff up, have hard copies stored in an email server off-site from your office, because you may need this documented proof in court someday for the lawsuits that are going to come from this kind of stuff. This is madness.
And I mean, a totally non-related story. Pfizer is expecting revenue from the COVID-19 vaccine, which was co-developed by BioNTech, of course, but they expect their revenue to reach $33.5 billion just this year, which is a 29% jump from their previous estimate of $26 billion. Now, they're even pushing the third shot, so that's going to kick them even higher in revenue, and I'm sure that has nothing to do with whatever's going, nothing to do. This is a completely unrelated story to anything going on with the COVID talk.
No. Remember, in Canada, Justin Trudeau said they've got a deal in place through 2023 to keep supplying these shots to Canadians. It's a big business, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's what this is.
This vaccine, nice spin from Axios, which has dramatically slowed the coronavirus pandemic, is on pace to be the world's top-selling drug of all time by far. Oh. Okay. Bigger than, what is that now? Viagra, maybe?
Oh, wow.
I don't know, but it's that's a huge statement. That because the biggest selling drug of all time has made probably hundreds of billions of dollars for whoever developed it. So this is going to be a big deal for Pfizer.
And notice that number that you said was 29% increase. Not from year to year, from what they estimated it was going to be.
Right.
It's just 29% better than what they thought was going to be a banner year.
Exactly.
And what was the question? The most revenue drug?
Biggest selling drug of all time right now.
Okay.
That is...
I don't know. It's going to be a while.
All right.
I don't recognize this stuff. Oh, it looks like it looks like an arthritis drug right now.
Oh.
But no, it'll be passed. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yep, no doubt about it. Biggest selling drug of all time by far. So.
Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. Right now? No. This is it. The most profitable drug in history is Pfizer's cholesterol-lowering drug Lipitor.
Oh.
Is by far the best-selling drug of all time. I don't know what.
Doesn't give a figure though, huh?
$20 billion in annual sales.
$20 billion a year.
Passed.
So. We're halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And we're at $33.5 billion. Well, okay, no, that's by the end of the year. They're estimating by the end of the year it'll be $33.5 billion. So that's interesting that they think that's going to continue so much so that it will pass Lipitor by a lot.
They're not just gifting these vaccines to nations and municipalities.
No, and they're making it sound that way, but you and I are paying for it through our taxation.
Ta-da!
Congratulations.
It always comes back to the taxpayer.
Sure does. And it always comes down to money.
Yep.
Follow the money. And it's going to open your eyes to a lot of different things. Let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. These are people who can help you sell your home, buy a home, whatever you're looking to do. Maybe you have to do both because you're relocating. These are the agents you need at your side First of all, they're fans of the show, and so you're going to have commonality with your realtor. Agree on a lot of things, which would be nice when you're looking at homes all day long, every day for who knows how long. Or if you're trying to sell your home, they have the marketing plans that don't just rely on open houses every weekend. They can help you decide whether you need to remodel or make some repairs before you sell your house, or should you sell it just as is. I've seen articles lately that a lot of people are just selling them as is and getting a good price for them. But your realtor will be the one from realestateagentsitrust.com that can help you decide all of these things because they've got great track records. They know what they're doing. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really says it all. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Welcome. Also, what a strange thing Australia is right now. Australia, you would think by the way they're dealing with the pandemic that they would have had the worst breakout on the planet. You would think that their death toll would be so high that they're just freaked out of their minds, and so they're doing lockdowns. They're arresting people without masks who are outside in public and not around anyone. Like this one, a person just doing yoga in the park, and police come into the park, cuff him, and haul him away.
And a big crowd was around him, right?
No.
Oh, wait. Okay.
No crowd at all. There was a woman who was filming it. She was recording it, and she's talking to the police in a very calm manner, but asking him, why he's just doing yoga out here by himself alone. Nobody's around him.
I think that one is loading still.
And okay.
And I had to circle back on that one.
Okay.
And they cart him off anyway, and they're about to cart her off just for questioning them. I mean, it's absolutely asinine. Australia, 924 deaths.
Grand total.
In a country of 25.3 million or something. It's still a little over 25 million people.
Yeah.
Under 1,000 deaths in a country of 25 million. Now, that's since the pandemic began. That's not this week or yesterday. That's since the pandemic began. So why are they so freaked out?
Yeah, I mean, that is a case in point right there of how this is not about your safety at all, is Australia.
Yeah.
And because they were doing this weird stuff from the very beginning. Remember, like the teenagers were like smoking up on the roof or something, and the police chopper came by and said, "Oh, you got to disperse, get out of here." Oh, we got clarification. You actually do have several listeners in Australia, and that when I referenced the police helicopters, the military stuff, apparently there was an unlawful gathering, like a protest or something. Well, okay, we can't have that. So
that's why they deployed the helicopters.
Yeah. But I mean, that doesn't change the fact that, about a year ago, kids on the roof aren't allowed to congregate there. Yeah. I don't understand, other than it's just a power grab, and I think that's pretty obvious.
Also, military supposedly going door to door too. I don't know what they're doing when they go door to door.
Oh, they're just a well check, Hey, what's going on here? We're just
checking in.
What
Can you imagine how freaky that would be? The Marines show up at your door. Yeah. Hey, we're just checking on you. What are you doing?
I mean, we had the military here that was going around with syringes, right? Remember, we had the video in Dallas.
Right.
Went into the 7-Eleven. Yo, who wants a shot? We got it right here.
No, thank you.
Seriously. Yeah. Look at that, man. The COVID-19 lockdown enforcement in Sydney. Australian military joins forces.
It's just nuts. When 924 people have died, I'll bet more than 924 people die every single year from the flu in Australia. I don't know what those numbers specifically are, but we're going to look them up because...
Yeah, and don't forget, this latest outbreak, it was 9 as of yesterday. It might be 10 now, just from the latest variant spike, which, by the way, someone brought up a good point. Big Poppy, his wife works in, she's a nurse. There's no test for variants. How are they doing this? How are they getting those numbers? Oh, this certain percentage of people died of the variant.
Oh, you can't test for the Delta variant?
I have not seen that. Explain to me.
Because how would they know then?
Right.
They wouldn't know. They would not.
Let's see. Now, hold on a second here. This is a headline from February 10th, 2020 in ABC Australia.
Okay.
The headline just says, flu season which struck down 310,000 Australians, worst on record due to early outbreaks. Is that deaths?
310?
It struck down.
1,000? Yeah, it sounds like they died, right?
Right. I'm trying to find Control F death there. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Well, 2019 saw the highest number of influenza cases across the country. 2017 still holds the record for highest number of flu-related deaths. Okay, but you're still right. Over 1,100 people died.
1,100.
So their worst season.
1,100.
Yeah, it was 1,100.
Of the flu.
In 2019.
Did they lock down? Did they send out helicopters and the military door to door? No.
In 2019, over 900 flu deaths. Literally the same exact. In a year and a half of COVID in Australia is the same number of deaths in the full year of 2019.
Anybody pushing back in Australia over this? Because that's crazy. That's just a crazy response to something that you're definitely making a mountain out of a molehill. I mean, to the people who die, it's not a molehill. To their families, it isn't. But come on, in a nation that size, when 924 people die, it is not worth a response like this. You can't. Wow.
This is such a chance for governments to show the people who's in charge.
And they're doing it, too. They're taking that opportunity.
All over the world, especially the Western world, you know? The churches in Canada, the crazy lockdowns, Australia, the United States, dare I say, and Europe, man. Who would have thought Europe is pushing back? But then again, they're one step ahead of us with the passports. I want a passport that you have to explain the Bill of Rights, all 10 amendments, before you're allowed into my business. Think of all the room you would have in there.
Oh, yeah. You could probably take some time off. Like you could just shut your door and go home. 888-900-3393. Also, here, this shows you how important mask wearing is. The President of the United States returned to the White House in Marine One, and, of course, showing America that he's wearing a mask. He's outside. He's getting out of the helicopter. Look, I had a mask on in the helicopter.
Oh, good for him. Set the example.
And doing that little old person walk across the lawn.
Thankfully, it's manicured. No dandelions to pick.
This is too far. Where's my pudding? Is there something on my face I can eat? Where's my food on my face? I got my... Oh, I'm going to take it off because...
Because what?
It was just for show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, you're going inside. You're literally entering a building and taking your mask off after you just had your government tell us, keep your mask on, even if you're vaccinated, which you are.
Which he is.
He is so out to lunch, Pat, he doesn't know when to act and when not to act.
That's for sure. Yes, that's exactly right. It's exactly right. I'm sure he got all kinds of instructions before he got out of the helicopter. All right, sir, wait till you get inside before you take your mask off. Wait till you get inside.
2 pudding cups if you make it
2
inside.
Puddings. Well, yeah. And we've got one homemade by the White House chef just for you. If you're really good, and keep that mask on until you get inside. And he couldn't do it.
Yeah, and then
he couldn't do it.
Then he sits down and he's got his pudding cup and he's finishing it up and he's like, "Where's my other one?" No. Remember?
Nope.
What did we say?
You took your mask off outside, sir.
What did we say?
Right in front of the press. We said, don't take it off until you get inside.
Oh, I can't ever remember.
I know, sir, I know. But you have to try. You got to try harder. Okay, we're going to give you a double dose of your medication, okay? So that you can get through the rest of the day.
Do I have to talk to the press anymore today?
No.
Okay.
No, we can't. We can't let you do that.
Okay, Joey, go night-night now.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Incredible. Can you imagine the hysteria there would be if Donald Trump had been sitting there and was handed a note that said, "Sir, you've got something on your chin." And he looks at it and then he turns it around for the press to see, not even knowing what he's doing. But he puts it down, takes the thing off of his chin, and eats it. If Donald Trump had done that, it's all anybody would be talking about.
There would be countless memes of what that piece of paper he was holding up said.
Yep. How can this guy be president of the United States? Look at this buffoon. Look at this savage. It would have been unbelievable.
2 Americas.
No doubt about it.
There's your note there, sir. There is something on your chin. And make sure. It's like, is he playing the match game? He's like, all right. Here's my
another
answer.
Note just like that.
Here we go.
If I can find it, I win.
Here we go. I'm gonna.
Okay.
All right. Here's my.
So weird.
Here's my answer.
Making
whoopee.
Okay.
That's the winning.
Yeah.
That's the one.
From Match Game back in the day.
Right?
Yeah.
You're not
For anybody who doesn't
here.
remember that reference.
Oh, come on.
It's been a while.
Everybody remembers that reference.
Well, everybody who's 40 years old or over.
Okay, fine.
Probably.
I thought it was fun.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
Come on, man.
Joe Biden wouldn't have gotten that joke either. So.
And then you go over all the things that he's done. I mean, had Trump said in Florida, they've had more wildfires that's burned more acreage than Florida and Maryland combined. It would have made a deal out of that for 6 months.
I come from the state of Delaware, and we had more acreage burned last year than the state of Delaware and Maryland combined. For you all on Montana, that ain't but I want people to get a sense.
Yeah, he wants to get people to get a sense of how stupid he is.
We got it.
Out of his head he is. How shut down his mind is.
I was giving him the benefit of the doubt yesterday. No. He's not saying, you in Montana had the acreage equivalent to Delaware and Montana. No, he's saying, y'all in Montana, you can't understand that perspective.
Right.
So then he's not referring to their fires.
The Delaware's had more acreage than Delaware and Maryland combined.
Well, that's just selfish. That's Delaware taking more than their fair share of fire.
God, it's just so... I mean, what are you supposed to do?
So every day we see clips like that.
Yeah.
I hear Pat Gray in my head saying, he won't make it to Christmas.
Mm-hmm. He's on track for that. He's on track. I don't know. They're not going to want to admit it, but apparently I just read a story yesterday where his people are really quite concerned, and of course they are. Of course they are. They see the disintegration of his mind right before their eyes every single day.
Have you heard the latest conspiracy theory as it relates to Vice President Harris?
No.
And that she is so unlikable, and they see her as a train wreck for trying to get elected in 2024.
And that's true.
That they're trying to figure out a way to squeeze her out as far as, I don't know. Anyway, and then they're going to replace her so that when Joe is good to go, it's somebody more likable behind him.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm sure they've got to be thinking along those lines.
You better move quickly on Harris because Joe, he's not doing well.
No, he's not. It's been a crazy week for him. And again, think of it in terms of what if it was Donald Trump? Oh, my gosh.
You just said it's been a crazy week for him. I'd like to point out it's only Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true. Some tweets here. Lumbee IT department tweets. Wait, are you trying to tell me the vaccines aren't nonprofit campaigns? Huh. Well, now I've heard everything. Island Singer 1. So if I'm not masked and vaxxed, I could infect someone who is masked and vaxxed?
Right.
So you admit nothing works?
Yep.
Sounds that way.
Yep.
B. Debunking. Fauci needs some help from Hillary Clinton if he's going to use Southern speak. I don't feel no ways tired. So good. Remember that? Oh, what a moment that was for her.
She's a flower.
So great. All right. We've come to the place where 2 more officers now who responded to January 6th have died by apparent suicide, bringing that total to 4 who have committed suicide since the event. Are they connected? I don't. I mean, I don't see how. I don't know why they would be. But they're certainly trying to connect them, the media.
Yeah, that's...
4 officers now who responded to the January 6th attack on the Capitol have died by apparent suicide, including 2 whose deaths were confirmed Monday. Officer Gunther Hashida, an 18-year veteran on the force, was found dead in his home. And then hours after that was announced, they confirmed Kyle DeFreitag had also died by suicide sometime in July. Strange.
What do you think
really,
of this?
Really weird.
So,
I don't know what to make of it. I don't know.
We're up to 4. I mean, 2 is a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
3 is a pattern. I mean, 4 is... I don't know what word you want to use there. Obvious? I have no idea what's going to come of this, but that is incredibly strange.
Really strange. Also, we have some footage that has been provided now by Jack Posobiec, who kind of walks us through some interesting scenarios which I haven't seen up to this point. For instance, some of the police officers, whether they be D.C. police officers or Capitol police officers, seemingly inciting the crowd by firing tear gas into the crowd. And in one case, they're just brutally beating some guy. Several of them took him to the ground and just started beating him. Check this out. And he kind of walks us through what's going on in each of these sections, because right at this point, the crowd is fairly docile. They're just standing there. They're not attacking. They're not running into the Capitol building at all. They have so far not trespassed on the Capitol. Look at this. Pause it for a second. So there's some. We did bleep it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I hope.
Okay, so it's loud, and there's a guy on a bullhorn yelling. He's telling him where to take a picture of the crowd. And look nobody's being beaten yet. Nobody's violent.
Cops are literally standing around. Now, what's happening here? Whoa, what was that?
They threw a flashbang into the crowd.
Who threw a flashbang grenade?
Police officers.
Oh!
Yeah.
Is that what
happened? Is interesting.
Look at this. Did you catch that? Pause this for a second,
okay.
Rob.
Go back. Yeah, go back a few seconds, because that's interesting information.
Yes, it is.
There was the flashbang that went off, and then the graphic was that's where the first person had a heart attack. Now, I don't know if they're related. I don't know if he had a heart attack because of the flashbang.
Awful close, and those things are loud.
Yeah, certainly possible.
And bright.
Right.
Oh.
All right, keep going. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
And some screaming of
now the crowd is
now they're pissed,
yelling at the cops. What are you doing? Why are you dropping these on us?
Right. Now, cop is spraying people, pepper spraying people. Then
they're taking a selfie. This couple over here is taking a selfie.
This selfie's going on in the midst of this.
I think it's pretty clear that the agitation began with the
police
flash grenades.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And, okay, now there's some scuffling going on.
Okay.
And over here, a guy's getting the crap beat out of him. Look at that. Several police are on top of him. One of them keeps hammering him in the face, beating him. Wow. So, I mean, does this excuse the actions of anybody who did illegal activities? No, of course not. But it does put things in a different light, doesn't it? As to how this all may have started.
And, I mean, there's even, people with their cell phone cameras in the crowd where those flash grenades landed. I mean, that's horrific. It's literally right at them. Boom.
Yeah.
Gosh. But again, this is...
Wow.
It's like a fire ant hill, right? They were minding their own business.
Yep.
Just kind of chilling out. And then all of a sudden...
Then they kicked the hill. They kicked it. And then they kicked it again. And then they started stomping on a whole bunch of the ants. And then all hell broke loose.
The word instigation kind of floating around in my brain.
Again, that doesn't excuse anybody who's guilty of crimes. Not trying to say that. But will they investigate that aspect of it during this incredible 1/6 commission that's going on right now? Investigating the most horrific incident in American history.
Right.
Well, at least since the Civil War, obviously. It might be ever so slightly underneath the Civil War, where 640,000 Americans died. It may not be quite at that level, but very, very close. I mean, very, very close. It's a photo finish between the two of them.
Because it's the day that democracy
almost died. Yeah. So there you go.
Once they got inside the Capitol, then where they set it on fire, right?
No.
Like the British back in 1812?
No, they didn't. They didn't set it on fire.
They didn't?
No. Had they set it on fire, I'd kind of be with you that, okay, yeah, that's a pretty bad,
right?
That's like 1812-ish. I don't appreciate that at all. But they didn't. They did break some windows, which is also bad. But
I love the picture. I forgot who sent it. Army of Bob sent us that the dichotomy between 1/6 and last summer.
Yes.
2020. I love how
Trump protesters stormed the U.S. Capitol.
Yeah, that's what CNN's graphic says. It says, this is basically taking over. Storming the Capitol. It is anarchy. It's really anarchy. And they're walking through the velvet ropes. They're like staying in a single file line. Meanwhile, CNN last summer, their graphic says fiery but mostly peaceful protests.
After police shooting. Yeah, largely peaceful demonstrations in the face of law enforcement. It wasn't until nightfall that things began to get a little more contentious.
Contentious?
Yeah, it was a little contentious.
No, it's arson, I think is the word you were groping for there.
I love it. The fires in the background. In fact, one of them was, I don't remember, but they did so many of these. There were so many examples of it that it's embarrassing for the mainstream media, frankly. It's embarrassing. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Let me tell you about Omega XL. If you are in pain, you got some inflammation in your body, in your joints, your muscles, then this could be a life-changing situation for you. Go to omegaxl.com/Pat and order this all-natural pill that's going to help you a lot. It's not a drug, so it's nothing you're going to become addicted to. It's not something your body is going to depend on. It's just something that builds up and then turns off inflammation. After about a week with my elbow pain, started taking it for a week, and I started to feel some relief. Then after 2 weeks, it had built up to the point where the inflammation, I could tell, was gone because the pain was not there anymore. And it hasn't come back. And this is not some fly-by-night situation. It's backed by 35 years of clinical research. They've been doing this a really long time, and these omega fatty acids really help. They really work. Let's get you started right now. Go to omegaxl.com/Pat. When you buy your first bottle, we're going to throw in a second one for free. Buy one, get one free at omegaxl.com/Pat, or you could call 800-844-4888. 888-900-3393, where Kat joins us from South Carolina. Hey, Kat, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, guys. How are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Okay, so I have to talk really fast because my 2-year-old is sleeping, and I'm scared he's going to wake up.
Okay.
But I had a sinus infection last week, and I went to my doctor's office. I saw a nurse practitioner like I was supposed to. My mother-in-law is a nurse practitioner who worked with the CDC in her state to start the testing back in 2020. So this is not like someone who is just a regular Joe Schmo. So I went there because my mother-in-law just persisted on me getting tested for COVID. It's August of 2021, and she's like, "You've got to get tested. You may have it." So I went to the doctor and I said, "I know I have a sinus infection," but my mother-in-law is persistent. The nurse practitioner at my doctor's office told me that she does not want to test anyone for COVID because they have found back in the tests that were, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a ton of false positives, quote unquote. In the beginning of 2020. This is because the test that they were using cannot differentiate between coronaviruses, period. There are hundreds of coronaviruses out there, not just COVID-19. So, and what they found is a lot of people who get these viruses, they're common viruses like rhinovirus, which is the common cold. So this test cannot differentiate between Delta variant, Lambda variant, whatever. How they're getting tests is the people who go to the DHEC center of their state. Those are the ones who are paying the extra money, aka your taxes, and they are getting this expensive variant test. But my question is, how reliable is it? I mean, if my nurse practitioner who's supposed to be taking care of me, really thinks that I have the Delta variant, shouldn't she be testing for the Delta variant? Yes. I mean, I would rather, and these are not people who are just like on Instagram or on Facebook spreading quote unquote misinformation. These are our healthcare leaders, like our real healthcare leaders. But yeah, so she told me she did not want to test me, and this is the funny part, unless my job required a test for me to come back to work. So, again, you don't even know if I have COVID or if I just have the flu, which still kills more people than COVID.
Right. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Kat. That's amazing. And I didn't even know that you could pay extra money and get a variant test. Are you aware of that? So I guess that would be a small fraction of people that are doing this. How many people are going to say, yeah, test me for the variant? Or does the doctor order that and then you have to pay more? Because eventually we pay for this. These aren't actually free.
They're not?
No.
What do you mean?
I know, that's surprising.
Hold on a second.
It's surprising.
Nothing's free, you idiots.
I was told that college is free, too.
Yeah, no. College is not free.
And if
either.
somehow they end up charging you, you can just basically tell them later on that you didn't want to pay it, and then the government.
Well, yes, that is true. That part is true.
Okay, so there was some
you can
truth
tell them
there.
later on. Yeah, I've got too much college debt.
Sorry.
I don't want to pay this anymore.
Can't do it.
Okay, I've got like $200,000 in debt. I'm not going to pay this. Oh, okay. Well, we'll forgive that debt then. Never mind. Oh, thank you. Wouldn't it be wonderful if life worked that way?
I think it does.
It does
for
now.
some people.
It does now for some. Yes. Brown University professor Dr. Megan Ranney, who is a practicing physician, said what I'm sure a lot of people would like her not to be saying, and that's we are never returning to pre-pandemic life. Oh. Okay. Speaking on CNN's Inside Politics on Sunday, she said she agrees with the assessment of Kathleen Newsill, a vaccine expert, University of Maryland School of Medicine, who told the Washington Post that humanity needs to get comfortable with COVID-19 because it's not going away anytime soon. We are never going to go back to a pre-pandemic reality, Ranney said. And I do agree that we have to become comfortable with the fact that this virus is going to be sticking around. No. I'm just going to say no on that.
I mean, it'll probably be sticking around, but I'm going to live my life.
Right. And I am going back to pre-pandemic life. In fact, I already have. So...
Put that in your pipe.
Yeah, exactly. During her interview on CNN, Rani strongly advocated for mask wearing, including indoors among crowds of people and for school children. Your kids are going to be saddled with this again this year if they don't live in Texas. Or probably Florida, I would imagine as well, is not going to go back to Ron DeSantis won't allow that. And Greg Abbott's not going to allow that. And Kristi Noem in South Dakota is not going to allow that. But in most states, your kids are going to have to wear that stupid mask all year long. I hate it for them. I hate that for them. Yeah. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you wear a mask 8 hours a day.
Yeah, I just got a note from a listener of yours in Charlottesville School District saying kids will be wearing masks.
Yeah, I'm not sending them back.
No.
Nope, I'm not going to saddle them with that the whole year.
Every parent
just
held their kids out.
And just said no.
And even if you're not homeschooling.
Right.
Like, seriously, like if you're just like, no, my kid's not going to your school. I'll figure this out on my own. Take him to work. Take him to a relative. Send him to a friend's house. Find a mom that'll have him on until you have made your point early in the school year. We're not sending our kids back so you can get your tax dollars on their heads until you say no masks.
And that's going to change their policy because they have to. That means money. That means all their money not coming to them.
Is their cash cow, and if they're not in school, they don't get paid.
I mean, geez, I can't imagine that they're trying to suggest now that we will forever be saddled with masks, social distancing, and lockdowns. No!
Louisiana.
Just say no.
Statewide mandate starts again tomorrow.
Crazy.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, it's almost football season. I think the Hall of Fame game is tomorrow night. Is that right?
Thursday night.
Thursday, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Of course, it's Thursday football. And then BYU camp opens tomorrow. First practice Thursday. Nebraska's already in training camp.
Yeah, I had a listener reach out to yesterday's show. Said, for 4 days they've had camp.
I can't wait. It's going to be a great football season. For me,
I was gonna say, I
don't know about for you.
I'm making zero predictions. I know I've learned my lesson, man. I know we have some good linebackers.
Gut check, full stop.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Okay. Well, I do know one thing. Nobody's going to be able to say, well, they didn't play anybody. Look at their schedule. Their schedule sucks. Who are they playing? That's not going to be the case. 7 P5 teams. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Wow. You guys should join a conference.
Well, it could happen now. This whole Texas-Oklahoma thing is going to shake up the college football.
College football is not college football anymore.
It's not going to be.
Can we just admit that?
Yeah,
it's minor leagues now.
Let me give you an idea of how true that is. There's a quarterback named Bryce Young.
Yep.
At Alabama. He played for one of the really big schools in like the best football school, high school in California. I don't think it was Mater Dei. It was one of the other ones. Anyway, he's not played a down, not a single down in college football yet. He's already signed deals worth $800,000 in this name, image, and likeness thing.
And he's kind of
$800,000. He's going to make more this year than all but 3 of the Alabama coaches.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, well, how about the South Lake Carroll kid over here? Quinn Ewers going to Ohio State. He's skipping his senior year in high school because he's going to go make money off of the NIL.
I didn't think you could do that.
I guess you can. Isn't that weird?
Here. He's skipping his senior year?
That's what I'm saying. They're going to have to figure something out fast.
Oh, my gosh.
Because this is...
You can't do that.
This is already out of control. Well, why not?
I've never heard of that.
Ohio State's accepting him.
I've never heard of that. So he didn't have to graduate from high school.
I guess
He's going to go to Ohio State without a high school diploma.
Yeah, here's the subheadline. Nation's number 1 recruit reportedly has potential to earn nearly $1 million in NIL deals. No Dallas Morning News. I don't want to subscribe.
Oh, my
by enrolling a year early at Ohio State.
I'll bet South Lake Carroll is a little upset about that. I mean, they were counting on him. He's the best quarterback in the country.
Yep.
That kind of changes things a little bit for him. Yeah, well, as we said, it's not college football anymore already. And just wait. This is just the beginning of the ruinification of college football.
Oh, that's a good word.
Ruinification.
Ruinification. You need to mix that into your next George Bush impersonation.
Ruinifying. They're ruinifying college football. Right. That's what they're doing.
And apparently high school football too, George.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, when you don't have to play your senior year.
I mean, seriously.
So can you just skip your junior and senior year?
Well, I was always of the mindset.
Look, I'm 15 years old now. I can go to college if I want to.
Good luck, kid.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I was always of the mindset that you should really get your education. No, I changed. I held that view 30 years ago. No, you need to get out there before you have a catastrophic injury. Jeffy's son, prime example. Get out there as quick as you can. Make your money. Then you can go back. I shared workspace with Johnny Rogers from Nebraska at the University of Nebraska. He came back and he got his degree. You can always go back and get your degree, but there's got to be some sort of limitation on plucking these kids out of high school before they even graduate that. Good grief.
That's crazy. That is crazy. And all of this money that they're making, do you think that's going to go well with these 18-year-old kids? Because I don't.
So wait a minute. They're getting to campus before they're 18.
Right.
They've got $1 million
17.
in the right, 17. You got $1 million in the bank. And oh, by the way, we're also expecting you to be at your highest performance level on Saturday afternoons. Okay, good luck. Here we go. Oh my gosh, this is a recipe for disaster for some of these kids.
These kids aren't mature enough to handle that.
I'm not mature enough to handle that.
That's for sure. They could completely forget about their dedication to football when they're making $1 million a year at 17 years old. Come on.
Honestly, and what if they stick it out for 1 year? 1 year they play college football.
They're pretty well set.
And then they're like, you know what?
If they're not stupid, but
I don't want to play football. I don't want to go to school. I got $1 million in the bank. What do I need to do? And then we're going to read it's going to be a 30 for 30 thing 5 years later on the kid.
Wow. Plus, add to this the fact that you can transfer without any penalty now once. You can transfer once without any penalty. So every time you don't get the starting job as soon as you want coming out of high school, you're going to transfer to another school and play for somebody else. This is going to be musical chairs in college football. And then you throw the money on top of it. Wow.
It used to be so rare that an athlete
would transfer.
Like a football athlete would transfer. Yeah. It was so rare. And then they'd have to sit out. And now it's going to be more often than free agency in the NFL.
It's going to be all the time. Golly. Yeah. All right. 888-900-3393. It's just generation. Damn generation of kids. Tell you something, when I was their age, I used to walk to school uphill both directions.
That makes no sense, Grandpa.
In a snow blizzard.
No, you didn't.
Broken glass.
No, you didn't.
And I had no shoes. By the time I got to school, my feet were cut to shreds. And when I got there, the teacher would soak my sliced up feet in rubbing alcohol.
Why?
And I liked it.
Oh, my.
That's what I tell you. Things are different now.
Wait. Did you go home after school?
Well, yes, walking uphill.
That doesn't...
The whole way.
The math doesn't check out on that.
44 miles each direction.
Huh.
Yeah. That's how tough things were.
Did they ever hold your teacher accountable for torturing you?
No.
That alcohol in your cuts?
They gave him a medal. They gave him a medal for it. That's how much things have changed. No corporal punishment in school anymore.
Right.
When they spanked you with a chainsaw.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
With a chainsaw?
With a chainsaw.
Ouch. Was it running?
Of course it was running.
Oh, my goodness. What kind of school was this?
The only kind that existed back in that day, I tell you. Kids nowadays. 888-900-3393.
Fun school.
And here's another fun example of the way things are now. We're going to learn We're going to learn from this wonderful, I don't know, millennial, or is this a Gen Z person?
I don't put labels on people, Pat, as you will soon
really?
learn.
Really? Oh,
You'll
good.
soon learn
Good
from
for
this
you.
video. Don't do that.
It's very woke of you. Good for you. But we're going to learn what neurodivergent means, because I guess is it bad to be neurodivergent, or is it good?
I don't judge. I make no claims.
We're going to find out. Here we go.
I made a really loud, yelly video about this, but I decided I will approach this in a more calm but stern manner. A lot of the people using kitty and pup and bunny self-pronouns are neurodivergent minors. It is a very common neurodivergent experience to feel a disconnect from being human and from the societal expectation of the gender you were assigned to birth.
It's common, dude.
So when you have this intersection of feeling a disconnect from being human and a disconnect from the societal expectation of gender, whether you're neurodivergent or not, a lot of people have this experience who are neurodivergent. It's just very common with neurodivergent people.
It's very common.
Yeah,
it's very common with neurodivergent minors.
You get noun self pronouns.
Okay.
Noun self.
You're following this?
Noun self pronouns.
There is a quiz.
If you are not comfortable using someone's pronouns,
because
you assume it's kink for some weird ass reason,
it's kink for some weird
don't
ass
interact
reason?
with them.
Don't interact
and
with
just
them.
shut up about it.
Just shut up. Don't talk to her.
Okay.
Then they.
You look like an idiot.
Did she have one orange eyebrow? Go back to the last. Last little
pickup,
frame. She had
bro.
one orange eyebrow on the right side. There it is. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
That's great.
A black one and an orange one.
And then one side of her hair is black and the other side is blonde.
And then she's got an orange jacket
cute.
and a black shirt. She's ready for Halloween. She should have waited a couple months to post this one.
That's great.
Boy,
that's
you
great.
are...
And that's the person I want to learn from right there. She's the one.
If you think it's
what
kink,
wisdom.
Pat,
if you think it's kink
then you
for
should
some
just shut
weird-ass reason...
to go by, let's not lose fact that she said some people go by, what was it? Kitty, pup, and bunny? Yeah, that's because they're mentally ill.
No, they're neurodivergent minors, Keith. And again, this is not the Babylon Bee here we're talking about. This is not a parody of a video. That's an actual viewpoint by somebody who thinks she's much smarter than she really is.
Of the people using kitty and pup and bunny self-pronouns are neurodivergent minors.
Okay, we got it. Thank you.
Self-pronouns. Okay.
But hold on. You know how you always, you do a great job of call screening 101. People call up, don't tell us what you're going to say. Don't tell us, are you ready for a joke? Just get
to it.
Get into it.
Yeah.
Can we play the very beginning of this video again? Because this young lady, individual, she really sets this up because, she wants us to know.
Point of personal privilege.
Go ahead.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Thank you.
Point of personal privilege.
Bunny self.
Bunny self.
Yeah, but watch how she sets this up because she wants you to know what's coming.
All right.
I made a really loud, yelly video about this, but I decided I will approach this in a more calm but stern manner.
Okay, thank you. There you go. She set it up.
Stern.
Calm but stern. And do you think that she accomplished that goal?
I think she did.
It was calm and it was stern.
Calm, but it was stern.
It wasn't
it wasn't yelly.
The crazy yelly video or whatever she said it was.
I mean, it was crazy, but it wasn't yelly.
Faux show. Cray. That's the we're sharing the planet with people like that.
Heaven help us. And there's more and more and more of them every single day. They're winning over converts to their side of this whole gender situation, the woke situation, the socialist situation. I mean, this is the generation that's going to run things soon.
I got news for you. They already are.
And I got to tell you, that's the end of America when that happens. If we don't help them understand the error of their ways.
Man, I wish you didn't have religious principles and stuff, Pat. I could get you to go drinking with me sometime.
This would be a great time to start drinking.
You're
it really
right,
would.
it would be.
Yeah. I'd be drunk 24/7 and be dead in about a month. So that would
come
be good
on.
for me. That would not be good.
Think of how much leeway your liver has at this point. You got so much use out of it coming, man.
Quite a bit.
You change your mind, let me know.
But I have an addictive personality. I like doing things over and over and over again. So.
Let's talk about that that app that you spent all that money on. That
trivia. Remember that?
Crack trivia?
Trivia
Crack.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much you
I
spent on
spent
that?
like $800 on it. That's what I'm saying. If I would fall victim to that, imagine what would happen to me if I started abusing alcohol.
I just interviewed Amy What's-Her-Face. She was in town. Pat Head listens to the show. And we were talking about board games. It's a episode's going to drop at themikeshow.com in the coming weeks. And we talked about board games, okay? All right, Pat, if you need games, if you have this kind of time and stuff, I have a closet full of board games that I literally need you to come and just sneak out of my house in the middle of the night, please. Because if you're going to get enjoyment out, because nobody, I don't think we've opened that closet in 5 years.
Really?
So please come and get these games. But so you're, do you like board games, or is it just the app stuff all by yourself and everything? The trivia games. That's what you go?
Yeah.
What? Both? Do you like board games?
No, I don't like them. I don't like board games.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's find a trivia night somewhere nearby, and let's go do that.
Okay.
Now
that I could do.
Got a couple guys here from the show.
Yeah.
And we'll go in there and
all right,
we'll clean up.
But I gave that up. I swore it off. My wife was just a little irritated, I would say, that I'd spent $800 on this stupid trivia game.
I have no comeback for you.
So
there.
that stopped. That ended quickly, and I haven't been back to that. And I don't know, what was that, 5 years ago, maybe?
Come get these board games out of my house, man. It costs you nothing.
There's no roads. Otherwise, I would.
I'll bring them here. I'll put them in your car.
Here?
I'll put them in your car for you.
All right.
And then you can take them, get them out of here.
Okay. 888-900-3393. Let me tell you about Rough Greens. If you have a dog who's finicky, this might be the answer for them, just on taste alone. But really, the main selling point of this is not just the taste, but how good for your dog this is. Rough Greens has all the essential vitamins and minerals, probiotics, and omega oils your dog needs to be active and healthy. And again, the taste is something they absolutely seem to love. There are some dogs who don't love it immediately. Keith's dogs come to mind.
Mine are weird.
Mine loved it. She wouldn't even eat her food without it. Glenn's dog loves them. Stu's dog loves it. And so if you want to give it a try before you dive in with both feet, then you can get a free bag of Rough Greens right now for your dog just to try out. It's just a small bag, like a sampler, and you can sprinkle it on your dog's food, see if they like it. All you pay for is shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFF Greens, roughgreens.com, or call 833-ROUGH-DOG.
Pat Gray on the Blaze Radio Network.
Got some tweets here. Brian Moore tweets, sorry, but with the video showing police waving and helping people get in the Capitol, I'll never believe 1/6. The day democracy almost died. Was not desired by elites and powerful government officials. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Because you look at several different videos of that day, and you can see almost anything you want. You really can. There's all kinds of things going on there. Who knows? It was so confusing because it was the day that democracy almost died. Almost died. Fair. So, B. Debunking tweets, I'm sure AOC gave the order for the flashbangs from underneath her desk in her office, several blocks from the crowd.
Can I just point out the FBI made their way, all the way to Alaska? Remember they knocked down that couple that busted into their house and they questioned them all day and all this stuff, and they had the wrong people. But yet we haven't found who set the bombs in front of the RNC and DNC.
Right.
What's that all about?
Don't know. I honestly don't know. It was the day democracy almost died. So it's a very confusing day.
It was this
very
close.
Confusing.
This close to having a president Viking horn helmet guy.
Right. Would he have been elected right there?
Probably.
Right then and there?
I mean, he's at the speaker's podium, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So, I mean...
So all you need is the speaker podium.
Right.
And you can be elected president.
I think it's whoever's...
And he had it right under his arm.
Yeah, it's whoever's in the room when the clock strikes 4 p.m. or something.
Oh, okay.
Or no, close of business, 5 p.m. Eastern. Whoever
on January 6th.
On January 6th, 2021. Whoever was standing in the speakers.
With a Viking helmet.
You have to have the Viking helmet.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Lumbee IT department tweets, LOL, Pat, do you really think Christine Nome will stand up to masking kids in school? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I'm going to stand by that. You must not follow her too closely because she absolutely will allow it. She didn't do a single mandate.
Well,
why would you assume that?
So I did a
she
little.
Didn't do not one mandate.
I did a little Googling, and this is what I found. And maybe there's more. I have no idea because this was news to me when I saw this tweet as well. Christy Nome 3 days ago. Workers whose employers are mandating a vaccine for continued employment have the right to say no. Our robust economy and job market gives them the option to find a new employer that values personal choice and responsibility.
See, that's libertarian.
Doesn't force mandates on their employees. So she's saying, look, if your boss says get it, you can go somewhere else.
Exactly. And that's right. Technically, that's right.
Yeah.
You don't have to work there. I mean, it sucks, and these employers shouldn't do it, but should she tell them they can't do it?
That tweet is really a neutral stance, is it not?
It is.
It just says, look, you can go somewhere else. It's the complete opposite way that Andrew Cuomo is handling situation in his state. Check this out, man. You got to see this video clip of Andrew Cuomo, Pat.
Private businesses, I am asking them and suggesting to them go to vaccine-only admission.
Wow.
Go to vaccine-only admission.
Wow. There it is.
Wow. Yeah, this guy is a freaking dictator.
Yeah, tyrant's gonna tyrant, man.
So you can only enter the business if you're vaccinated. I guess that's for customers as well as employees. Is that what he's doing?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, he is the worst. The worst. Now, Christy Nome, I know she got the crap kicked out of her because of that trans stance she took, which was they were doing the trans and athletics law in South Dakota, and she thought it was too strictly written, and she just wanted some changes to make it, I don't know. I don't remember what exactly the changes were. It wasn't a big deal, but people went ape crap on her. And I don't think she deserved it, frankly. I really don't. 888-900-3393. Now, Andrew Cuomo, on the other hand, deserves all the criticism he can possibly get, and then some. Guys, he's a stinking nightmare. He's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, they interviewed him, I don't know, a couple weeks ago for sexual harassment stuff. I guess stretched over like 12 hours or something.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens there, but...
Nothing?
I don't know.
I mean, so far, absolutely nothing on that.
I mean, it's the FBI, so probably nothing will come of it. But
I mean, he seems to have skated from that.
Yeah, and also the deaths of the elderly
nursing homes patients. Yeah.
Put in there with COVID patients.
Thousands of them. 10,000? Who knows?
I mean,
Who
this
knows
guy
how many?
is Teflon.
Oh, yeah. All Democrat governors are. Remember the governor in Virginia who did the blackface?
Right.
I mean, that is a crime that's unforgivable.
And he better hope it was the blackface, right? Because he was either the blackface guy or the KKK hood guy.
Right.
So which one do you want to be in this picture?
Probably the blackface guy.
Right, if you had to pick one or the other.
He survived that just fine.
Yeah. I mean, like we said yesterday, there's a lot of power in the D, right?
Yeah. So it was him. It was the lieutenant governor, had some other kind of...
Oh, yeah. What was that one?
And the attorney general, all the three top officials in Virginia, all Democrats, and all skated from those scandals.
When they saw the dominoes fall in there, they're like, we'll just back off of Northam now.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? In fact, let's let them all go. Don't worry about it. Let's not just don't talk about it anymore. And they don't.
And how much stuff, I mean, if you want to go right to the top, how much stuff did they have on Obama? And he just skated through for 2 terms.
They got more than you can possibly imagine. Mm-hmm. They got more than you can shake a stick at. Although I don't know why you'd shake a stick.
When have you
any
actually
of the
seen
that? I've never seen it.
Did Gandalf? Did he have a stick? He shook.
He
that,
had a
right?
staff.
Staff.
Yeah,
thing?
he had a staff.
That's not a technicality. We can go.
You shall not pass. And then he slammed the staff into the ground. Remember that? And then the bridge fell, and that big thing came at him. fell and grabbed him on the way down.
Don't ruin it. Some people haven't seen it yet.
Oh, sorry. Right.
Right.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, you know. But did he shake it, though?
He did not shake it.
So we got
he
close
just slammed it.
to a shaking at a stick reference, but not quite
right,
there.
But not quite. Nope. All right. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
I mean, this is our show prep.
Yeah. Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. For some reason, we're going over bare naked ladies.
How did we get into this,
lyrics.
Corby? We just started singing 1 week off the air here. I forgot why. I don't
Interesting song.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side, and said, I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying, get that together, come back and see me. Then we were remembering that there was Keanu Reeves mentioned.
Oh, yeah. I've always sung it like that. It says, I don't make films, but I always thought it said Keanu.
It's K, I don't make films?
Yeah, and I thought it was,
Keanu's not actually in it.
Right, but my theory has been that he's saying Keanu can't make films.
Because it's this chickadee, China, the Chinese chicken.
Uh-huh.
You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking.
Uh-huh.
Watching X-Files with no lights on.
With no lights on, exactly.
Weird Dans La Maison.
Hold on, but that...
I hope the smoking man's in this one. Like Harrison Ford, I'm getting frantic. Like Sting, I'm tantric. Like Snickers, guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't make
like Kurosawa, I make mad films. K, I don't make films.
Okay, so I'm telling you, what you need to do today is set on your calendar on your phone right now, later today, after the show, after all your Blaze shows are done for the day, you're done watching, and you got to listen to Bare Naked Ladies' Stunt album. It is so good, and I honestly didn't realize it at the time. I loved the songs from it, but there are so many hits on there.
Right.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
I'm
Patrick.
not doing anything. I love it.
Patrick.
Nothing better.
Listen
Seriously.
to Bare Naked Ladies' Stunt album.
Okay.
Start to finish is incredible.
It's on my list, my to-do list.
You didn't write it down. You didn't open your phone.
I didn't need to. It's
nothing.
right here, my friend. Right here. Locked away. For later.
This guy's a liar.
Yeah, he is.
All right. Men are apparently bigger polluters than women. Of course they are. Obviously. A new study has found that men's consumer habits are responsible for 16% more greenhouse gas emissions than women. And what about white men? I'll bet even more than that.
Oh, does it break it down to white men?
No, but it
Oh,
should.
okay. Yeah, it sure should.
It should.
Boy, they missed an opportunity with that story, didn't they?
The way they spend is very stereotypical. Women spend more money on home decoration, health, and clothes, and men spend more money on fuel for cars, eating out, alcohol, and tobacco.
So? Right?
The study authors, who set out to investigate how consumption-based greenhouse gas emissions from private households can be reduced.
No thanks.
What a great thing to set out to do.
Now, you going to save that story?
I'm saving
for
it.
all the tips and stuff that you can.
I am.
I'm
saving it right there.
You could save it
in the.
Right, you save it, and then you could save the earth later, man.
Yeah, I'm not your trained monkey. I'm putting it right here. This is where I save important stories like
but
that.
You're pointing at the garbage can.
Yeah, that's where I'm saving it there.
Hurts my heart.
Saving it there.
The planet.
Also, speaking of the environment and the planet, roughly 20% of electric vehicle owners in California replaced their cars with gasoline
This
cars.
Is awesome.
The main reason drivers said they made the switch, obviously, the inconvenience of charging them. Yep. I'm telling you, we're just not there yet. If we were there, I'd love it. It'd be great.
Does anybody know? Does the new infrastructure bill have those stupid chargers still all over the country?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So we're going to pay for that for, I guess, Tesla and everybody else who's manufacturing electric cars. So you got that going for you. In roughly 3 minutes, you can fill the gas tank of a Ford Mustang and have enough range to go about 300 miles with its V8 engine. My car goes about 430 miles on a fill-up. So on a full tank, I can go 430 miles. If I could do that and then easily easily recharge wherever I wanted, at any gas station, or I didn't have to specifically look for special places, I'd get an electric car. I think it'd be cool. It'd be great to have one.
Right, but how long are you willing to wait there at the gas station or the charging station?
I'm not.
That's just it.
Yeah, like as long as I wait for gas.
Right.
Not at all.
And when's that day coming?
And not for a while. On a recent 200-mile trip from Boston to New York in the Mustang's electric Mach-E variant. Oh, that's a dangerous variant.
Right.
You don't want the Mach-E variant. That's a killer.
That's
right
coming.
there. That's a killer.
That's next.
Axios's Dan Primrak said he felt panic as his battery level dipped below 23% while searching for a compatible charger to complete his trip. Yeah, that sucks. I was assured that this might be one of the country's easiest EV routes, he said. Those assurances were misplaced.
Mm-hmm.
For Bloomberg automotive analyst Kevin Tynan, an hour plugged into his household outlet gave the Mach-E just 3 miles of range.
Well,
after an hour?
I'm sorry, an hour?
You got 3 miles out of it. 3 miles.
Oh, that sounds practical.
Overnight, and plugged in at the charger.
Yeah.
This guy claims he had 36 miles worth.
Oh, so
of
if
travel time.
You got to leave it in overnight.
Yeah.
And you're going to get the full 36.
Well, yeah, because after 10 hours or whatever, you're going to get a full 36 miles out of that. Maybe you can drive to work and back. Maybe not.
I literally could not get to work.
I couldn't either. I could get to work. I couldn't get back home.
I couldn't even get here.
That's crazy.
This is here's what's gonna happen. Okay, so you said that the
We're not there yet.
Infrastructure bill is gonna have all these taxpayer-funded charging stations.
Yep.
And then the technology, 5 minutes after they plug these things in, is gonna be able to rapid charge.
Mm-hmm.
And be, we need another infrastructure bill because these are already outdated.
Yep. Yes, exactly. They should wait until there's the rapid charger thing, and then even then it shouldn't be done by the government.
Yeah, even then.
Even then, let Elon Musk put these up if he wants to do it. Let Toyota for their Toyota, what is that thing? Their crappy
the
electric vehicle.
The Prius.
Yeah, the Prius.
I'm sorry, if that wasn't in your business plan, Elon, then you messed up.
Well, and it was. It is in his business plan. They just want to push this electric vehicle thing so much. They're like, okay, we're going to help you. We're going to help you spread these all over the place. You're going to have more of these than we have gas stations. And that's what they're trying to do with this infrastructure bill. It's unbelievable, really. It's unbelievable. Guy's a billionaire. He's the second richest person on earth. Let him put his own stations in. And let him develop a rapid charger where in 10 minutes, let's say 10 minutes, you can get a full charge.
You're willing to hang out at the gas station for 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes. I'd go 10 minutes. I'd go 5 minutes would be better, obviously.
Yeah, but say 10 minutes.
I'd do 10 minutes.
I could see you pulling over there and plugging in your car.
Because I can wander around and buy a bunch of crap I shouldn't eat.
No.
Inside the store.
No, you're going to be catching up on all those texts and emails that clog up your day.
And I'm such a gadfly that I'll be talking to the other drivers there and then probably go inside and I'll talk to the clerk behind the desk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and if nobody's there, you could just play trivia crack in your car while you wait.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Spend another $600-800. We'll see.
How much would that cost, do you think, on the electric, or does that not cost at all? Or I mean, I have no idea. I've not examined a charging station.
That's a really good question.
How much?
Because I don't think it costs anything. Does it cost anything now? Maybe somebody with a Tesla can tell us. When you pull up and you put the charger in at say one of the, one of the stations that they have at a town center or a theater complex.
Apparently, at your house, if I'm reading this quick thing, $9 for a full charge.
Oh, really?
But I wonder what it is at how much does it cost?
But if you have to do that every night, $9 every day, wow.
Yeah, because how much are you spending on gas in a week? Gosh, well, it depends on who's in office, doesn't it, America?
It's going to cost at least as much.
Right. Yeah.
At least as much. Putting a full charge on your car. No. That's nuts. And what does it cost? But what does it cost at those, not at your home? I don't know. Michael in Georgia. Hi, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, I was actually calling because I heard you talking about Kristi Noem and not requiring mask mandates or anything like that. The problem is that they're not going far enough, like DeSantis is, which is to basically say you can't mandate them in schools specifically, because even the Georgia governor said the same kind of thing, but their local schools are still requiring masks, because that's where I am. My kids are still required to wear masks because the local policy is that.
Unacceptable.
And the thing is, they're playing politics with this, because Governor Kemp even put in place his own policy back in May saying that schools couldn't mandate masks, right? But then that expired in June, and he never reinstated it since.
Oh, wow.
So, and that's where people aren't putting that in light to say, hey, you're supposed to be, a conservative governor. It doesn't seem like you really are. They're just playing politics with this stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's frustrating.
So
I'll give you that. That's frustrating.
So your kids are school age, right, Michael?
Yes, I have 3 that are in school.
And they all have to wear masks this year.
Yes. They were going to make it. They were going to make it voluntary, and then just the 11th hour when the CDC changed their guidance, then they changed their guidance also.
Of course they did.
You taking your kids on day one? When is first day of school?
Next Monday.
Next Monday already?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
What is that, the 9th? That's August 9th? You're going back to school? Oh, that's un-American.
Man,
Come on now.
They've been, I don't know what county you're in, but I know Cobb County when I was a kid was always late August, 20-something, then it moved up into like the teens or something, and now, my gosh, we're in the single digits?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ridiculous. You are going to take your kids, though, with their masks on Monday, huh?
Yeah. I mean, what else can I do?
Yeah. A lot of people are stuck like that. Thanks, Michael. They're just stuck because where are you going to put them? There's nowhere to. There's nothing else to do with them. Wow, I'll tell you. In Montana, we started after Labor Day. When Labor Day was over, school started. That's the way it was.
It's funny you mention that, because when we were in Montana, and it was still early mid-June, they were still in school.
Really?
Yeah, I looked at the calendar at the time, and I think I figured out that like around the 13th or something like that.
June 3rd? No. See, it was always Labor Day to Memorial Day. We were done. And never went into June that I can remember. They must have lengthened the school year
probably
because the kids are dummies now. They're just dummies. They need more school. I didn't, obviously. So.
I wonder if they lost some days because of COVID, too, in there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe have makeup days or whatever. Who knows?
Yeah, but let's see. What school is this here? June 11th was the last day of school in Big Sky. Missoula County Public Schools. So June 11th. So yeah, it was all right around then. Yeah,
that's crazy. Wow. 888-900-3393. Keith got this news alert on his phone the other night.
Oh, I love news alerts, especially from the New York Times, because they're always so perfect.
From the New York Times, during the Trump years, hundreds of government scientists and analysts left their jobs. The brain drain is hobbling President Biden's climate agenda. Good!
Right?
Good!
They couldn't stand working for Trump.
I don't want it hobbled. I want you to kill his agenda on the stinking climate.
I love that. But I love the New York Times tries to make that sound like, can you believe this travesty? It's happening in the Biden administration. Trump scared off the great scientists that were going to implement the Green New Deal, and look what's happened. They're gone.
Good! Stay gone.
Yeah. But New York Times is a fun app to get alerts on.
Also from the New York Times, jogging has always excluded black people. Born in Lily White, Oregon, it's a sport that's long claimed to be for everyone. Wait, jogging was born in Oregon? What?
I mean, that's where Mr. Nike is from, right?
Even as African-American joggers have been persistently subjected to harassment and worse.
Who is bugging black people on the track?
And who said they can't jog if they want to? Wait, black people can't go jogging if they want to go jogging? Shut up. Everything is racist now. Jogging is racist. Mathematics is racist.
Yep.
The hidden bigotry of crossword puzzles.
Did you just make that up on the fly?
I did not. No, from The Atlantic.
Oh, no.
The popular puzzles are largely written and edited by older white men who dictate what makes it into the grid and what is kept out. Okay, so
that's okay.
Crossword puzzles are
crossword puzzles. Have we covered everything?
Not quite.
Who does crossword puzzles anyway?
I certainly don't.
Corby, when's the last time you did a crossword puzzle? And were you
Yesterday?
Yesterday? Stop it.
Really?
You're being
For
held
real?
against your will somewhere.
I do it on my phone.
What?
Really?
We just learned a fun fact about Corby.
He's got no life.
I don't know that it's
old and white.
Yeah.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. Also from Pathead Guy Tottenham. Is that what it is? He found this photo. For $3.49, the Pearl Milling Company.
Oh, we got rid of.
Finally got rid of Aunt Jemima. Yeah.
Good. Get out.
So is this the first Pearl Milling Company label on an Aunt Jemima bottle?
I guess that's it. Yeah.
In the stores?
So, guy from San Mateo, apparently, is what my chicken scratch translates to. But if you'll notice, the racists at the store still have the price tag for Aunt Jemima. Look at there. Look at there, see?
Oh, yeah. Aunt Jemima Syrup Light.
You better fix that.
$4.49. Well, it looks like the Pearl Milling Company is only $3.49. Is it also cheaper?
I don't know.
Than the Aunt Jemima ones?
Maybe it's a different size up there, I think. I think that might be the thing above it or something.
Okay.
But the point is...
Pearl Milling Company Syrup. It's available now. So run out and get it.
When do the cries of there aren't enough people of color on products on store shelves start?
Probably very soon. Probably because we removed Aunt Jemima.
Mm-hmm.
We removed Uncle Ben.
Yes, we did.
Who else have we removed?
Well, we've taken off people
too.
for being too white, also, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't that been a thing?
Yeah.
No people. You just can't put people on your products. Yeah. But I mean, is it ever enough?
No, it's not.
Is it okay? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because. If you're wanting to do this here, I mean, this is Black Lives Matter in the cities, man. I mean, they are in the rich suburbs now, making their case known. They've been planning, putting out flyers or letters, I guess, to rich people. You know, Highland Park neighborhood in Dallas, for example,
which is a very wealthy neighborhood here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They're putting out flyers that say this: "Dallas Justice Now."
All right, Dallas Justice Now. I like it. Good start. College pledge, huh?
And then, dear so-and-so, we are writing to you because we understand you're white and live within the Highland Park Independent School District and thus benefit from enormous privileges taken at the expense of communities of color.
Oh, boy.
Sorry, I'm not going along with your premise from the beginning. I didn't take anything from any community of color to get where I am now. So
sounds like
you
a
can
white dude.
Stick this directly up your rectal cavity.
Wow.
Yeah. And see how you like that. You live in the whitest and wealthiest neighborhood in Dallas. Is that true? I'm not sure that's true.
Highland Park?
Yeah.
Probably.
Wealthier than where Glenn lives?
Well, that's not Dallas. This is the city
that's true.
of Dallas.
That is true. Whether you know it or not, you earned or inherited your money through oppressing people of color.
I did nothing of the sort. If I'm reading this and I'm the resident here,
I'm pissed.
Right?
I'm pissed.
Yeah, not yet.
However, it's our understanding that you're a Democrat and supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement.
So
you don't understand properly here.
What if the person who got this, they might have gotten this information off the voter rolls?
Which makes you one of our white allies and puts you in a position to help correct these cruel injustices. I'd love to see how white, rich Democrats respond to this. Really? Are you soaking all of this in? Are you accepting this premise? That you stepped on their face to get to where you are today? You rich white douchebag. We need you to step up and back up your words with action and truly sacrifice to make our segregated city more just.
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
All right.
here's what they want you to do.
Remember, the title of this letter was College Pledge.
We are asking you to pledge that your children will not apply to nor attend any Ivy League school or U.S. News and World Report Top 50 school. If you do not have your children under 18, then we ask you to pledge to hold your white privileged friends, family, and neighbors with children to this standard.
Oh, my.
Shut up. These schools have afforded white families privilege for generations. Having your children attend these schools takes away spaces from students of color who really need the job opportunities, education, and influence that these schools provide.
Then they should apply.
Unreal. Yeah, apply, have good grades, and go.
I mean, they are making the case that my kid can't get in just because he's a person of color. Right?
Yes, they are.
I mean, are you just writing off your kid's academic abilities with this letter?
We know that this sounds like a tough commitment to make, but it's truly disheartening to see wealthy white folks sending charitable donations, posting Black Lives Matter on social media, or putting up yard signs as if to say that minimal effort is all they're prepared to do in this fight for racial justice. The quest for justice requires commitment from our white allies, and we thank you in advance for your anticipated cooperation in making such a commitment. Okay, that's great. If these white people are stupid enough to do that, good for you. Good for you.
So a sign ain't going to cut it.
Nope.
That might keep us from setting your house on fire.
A donation ain't going to cut it.
No. We need your kids to stay out of these schools.
That is unbelievable.
Here we are.
Wow.
And by the way, if you ever write something to me or say to me the phrase, I thank you in advance, I'm immediately not going to do what you just asked me to do. I would like to point that out.
Because they're too presumptuous?
Right. Don't assume anything, please. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll thank you in advance.
Not to assume?
That works.
I'll thank you in advance, not to assume I'm so stupid as to tell my children they're not going to Harvard if they got into Harvard. Yeah, you know what, honey? I just got this note from Black Lives Matter. They don't want you to go. So your place is going to be taken by a black person.
But Dad,
sorry.
I've always
Now you're going to go to Tarrant Community College now. Okay.
Don't dog Tarrant Community College. I mean, that's some good stuff.
You can go to Dallas Baptist. Don't worry about it. Some, down home school.
Home.
Some down home local school. What
was it? Chance here in the building went to Texas A&M Commerce, and he realized how ag related it was. And he's like, "Okay, I'm an art major. I gotta get out of here."
Texas A&M Commerce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But you could go there.
Yeah.
I know it's not Brown or Harvard or Yale, but
not exactly. Neither is Tarrant Community College.
But again, you keep ripping Tarrant Community College.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Mm-hmm. Plus, you're not going to rack up a $200,000 debt there.
Right.
I guarantee you that. You could buy this school and you wouldn't rack up a $200,000 debt. So, there you go.
Good luck. I mean, these are your allies, right?
Yeah.
I said you're your allies.
White allies of Black Lives Matter.
In advance to do what they ask you to do.
Well, thank you in advance to show up here again tomorrow.
You know what?
I hope that's not
too
presumptuous.
Don't do it, man. Don't. I want them to listen.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.